I'm hopeful that you will appreciate the political, social, economic, and cultural diversities which are the hallmarks of the Nigerian nation.
President Buhari restates commitment to entrenching democracy in West Africa as he urges diplomats to remain apolitical.
We now came up with Executive Order number 6. First, to ensure that their freedom of movement is restricted while they stand trial.
Justice sector takes center stage at PMB scorecard series. And 2023 elections, political parties intensify campaigns. Good evening. Thanks for joining us on NTA Network News. I'm Cyril Stober in Abuja. Michael Olale joins us from Lagos. And you can follow this news live on our website, nta.ng/live, NTA News Now, and other social media platforms displayed on the screen. Nigeria says it is working closely with ECOWAS towards dealing with insecurity as well as containing the spate of unconstitutional changes in government in the West African sub-region. President Muhammadu Buhari stated this while receiving new ambassadors posted to Nigeria. He advised them to remain within the limits of their diplomatic practices and responsibilities as they monitor the conduct of the forthcoming general election. State House correspondent Adam Osambu has the details.
The ambassadors who presented their letters of credence to President Muhammadu Buhari to begin official responsibilities in Nigeria include Nicholas Lang of Switzerland, Anika Hang Englung of Sweden, and Peter Ryan of Ireland. Others were Kitisak Klomchi of the Kingdom of Thailand, Nicholas Nyuki, Republic of Senegal, and David Boom Chot of South Sudan. President Buhari told the envoys that Nigeria enjoys very cordial and mutually beneficial relations and cooperation with their respective countries, made possible by their predecessors, whom he said demonstrated diligence and commitment to duty.
I'm therefore confident that your appointments are obviously deliberate to build on the successes of your immediate predecessors in order to advance our relations to significant and enviable heights. I am hopeful that you will appreciate the political, social, economic, and cultural diversities which are the hallmarks of the Nigerian nation. Sectors such as healthcare, education, infrastructure, local manufacturing, pharmaceuticals, agribusiness, transportation, social minerals are areas of particular interest to us. This will enable us to collectively strive to resuscitate all our country's economies.
The president, who expressed Nigeria's appreciation to their countries for their support in tackling insecurity as well as threats posed by environmental challenges resulting from climate change, said the country's doors are wide open for more collaborative efforts in the fight against corruption, economic diversification, and containing the spate of unconstitutional changes in government.
I wish to reiterate again that different factors that accounted for these challenges go beyond the abilities of any single country to effectively contain. Indeed, matters of security have become the business of all the nations of the world to work together at both bilateral and multilateral platforms and build consensus in order to overcome these challenges.
Responding on behalf of his colleagues, the ambassador of Switzerland assured the president that they will exercise their functions with dedication as well as to the best of their knowledge and belief for the mutual benefit of Nigeria and their respective countries.
We're all keenly aware of the importance of Nigeria to the well-being of the entire African continent. its role in international politics, and its weight in the world economy. We all look forward to the many and varied tasks that now await us in our cooperation with the Nigerian authorities. For the forthcoming elections, we wish your country that they will be peaceful, free and fair. And for your remaining mandate, we wish you plenty of success, and for your personal future, Mr. President, the best of the best.
All the new envoys were earlier on arrival at the State House, Nigeria's seat of government, treated to a befitting diplomatic reception by officers and soldiers of the Presidential Guards Brigade. From the State House, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
Meanwhile, Vice President Yemi Osinbajo is optimistic that the relationship between Nigeria and Spain will continue to be robust and beneficial to the peoples of the two countries. This was when the Vice President received an audience. José Manuel Alvarez, Minister of Foreign Affairs, European Union and Cooperation of the Kingdom of Spain. The Vice President says the two countries have come a long way, engaging in various mutual trade relations. As he explains, friends will always look out for each other in times of need, and with both countries being confronted with challenges arising from the Russia-Ukraine war, insecurity, food insecurity, as well as climate change issues, the time is apt for Nigeria and Spain to take their friendship further towards solving these challenges.
And I must not say challenging, for the next few years we are going to be confronted with a changing world. One of the major issues, of course, is in energy. Both energy security and the energy transition. And in our case, with the climate change agreements and all that, we want to make sure that the transition from fossil fuels and other pollutants is as smooth as possible and as much as possible in the interest of the development of our people.
And I want also to commend the role of Nigeria in stability for the region and everything concerning democracy and good governance. We know very well as Nigeria, unfortunately, the phenomenon of terrorism. We want to join forces with you to fight it wherever it is, and also to guarantee maritime security.
Exploring the opportunities in the energy sector, the Vice President says the partnership offers possibilities for a more robust relationship between Nigeria and Spain. Aside from economic connections, Spain has been the largest importer of Nigeria's gas and the third largest importer of crude oil. The Nigerian High Commissioner to South Africa, Kingdom of Lesotho and Eswatini, Muhammad Haruna Manta, has expressed satisfaction with the relationship between Nigeria and the nations he is accredited to, especially South Africa. He stated this in an interview with NTA. Anthony Forsin reports.
Mohamed Haruna Manta is a seasoned diplomat who has served at different capacities in the service of fatherland. He assumed office in the South African country in 2021 as High Commissioner with concurrent accreditation to the Kingdom of Lesotho and Eswatini. I asked him what was on ground when he arrived in South Africa.
What I saw on the ground is a very robust Nigerian community in South Africa and a very robust workforce in the Nigeria High Commission where I took over, as well as the Nigerian communities in the two other countries of Eswatini and the Kingdom of Lesotho that I preside over. We have robust Nigerian communities in those places. So I would say that I assumed duty in a very difficult period because of COVID, but a very enthusiastic population I met there because they warmly received me, both the government of the countries as well as the Nigerians in those countries.
Assessing the relationship, he simply put it this way.
The relationship is very cordial, most enjoyable at the official level. Nigeria shares a lot of bilateral interest with other African countries, and we also share robust business environment with Southern African region in particular, as well as the other regions of the Caribbean.
However, he spoke of challenges.
Part of it is the Nigerian community in that country. We do have challenges from what Nigerians do, because the professionals are very well behaved and you can locate them in particular addresses. But we also have those who cannot explain their means of livelihood. They call them hustlers or something.
To this end, he was quick to advise will-be travelers to always be mindful of the sort of journeys they embark on in the guise of looking for greener pastures. In Abuja, Anthony Forson, NTA News.
And the Nigerian Television Authority has called for sustenance of investment in various sectors between Nigeria and India. Director General of NTA, Salihu Abdulhamid Dembos, reaffirmed NTA's position to avail all the necessary support to showcase India's activities when he received the newly appointed Indian High Commissioner to Nigeria, Ambassador Balasubramanian. Garba Ta'ala reports.
The warm welcome to NTA expressed the long-standing relationship between Nigeria and India since 1958, when it established its diplomatic house in Lagos. Discussing with the Director General of NTA, Salihu Abdulhamid Dembos, and the newly appointed Indian High Commissioner to Nigeria, stressed that as a result of the cordial relationship, India's community in Nigeria is the largest in West Africa and mutually benefiting. The DG expects a more robust partnership in building the capacity of the Nigerian broadcast industry.
Technology in this country today, India is in the front line. So we want to take, borrow a leaf from what you have been able to learn over the years, so that we can also better our services in this country.
So capacity building and trade, cultural cooperation, so on and so forth, we have very strong. And the mandate that was given to me when I came over here as posted here as the envoy of India is to further strengthen this relationship. And I'm sure with your assistance, we would be in a position to do so.
The Indian High Commissioner hinted on the upcoming G20 summit that India will host soon and anticipates the participation of Nigeria's president.
India has taken over the presidency of G20 from December 2022. And given the special relationship that we have with Nigeria, we have invited Nigeria as the guest country for G20.
In the meantime, NTA has availed the Indian embassy to feature in yoga training on NTA's platforms for Nigerians to further strengthen bilateral ties. In Abuja, Garba Muhammad Atala, NTA News.
Information and Culture Minister Lai Mohammed says the Buhari administration will deliver more dividends of democracy to Nigerians as the administration winds down. The minister stated this at the 18th edition of the PMB Scorecard series in Abuja. Anthony Forson reports.
As you are aware, the much valued second Niger bridge has been completed by this administration and will soon be commissioned.
Lai Mohammed said, aside from the second Niger bridge, the 2.5-kilometer local Oweto bridge over River Benue and the 74-kilometer Nasarawa local road linking both states have been completed, which stand as a game changer and economic booster for the two states in particular and the nation in general.
These infrastructures alone have cut the journey from the eastern part of the country to Abuja by 3 hours. Today, travelers coming from Enugu to Abuja who have no business in Lafia can come straight to Abuja via Kefi, thereby saving 3 hours as a result of the completion of this bridge and its access road.
Even though naysayers Lai Mohammed maintained are bent on not seeing the progress achievements made by the President Muhammadu Buhari-led administration, they have stepped up their criticism of the administration in their desperation for power.
Infrastructure is a key driver of economic development. meaning that when you are building modern infrastructure, as this government is doing, you are actually putting in place the building blocks of economic and social development.
To this end, President Muhammadu Buhari, he added, is building a new Nigeria and fostering economic and social development. In Abuja, Anthony Forson, NTA News.
Well, reforms in the justice sector by the Buhari-led administration has engendered transparency in the administration of justice in the country. Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, made this known while reading out achievements of the administration at the 18th edition of the Scorecard series. Austin Ayebe reports.
The Ministry of Justice is saddled with the responsibility of guiding government in the formulation of policies and coordinating prosecution of criminal cases. Responsibilities the Chief Law Officer has been spearheading since 2015. In specific focus, reforms in the justice sector under the administration centered on enhancing administration of the justice system, promoting rule of law, and crusade against corruption, which have recorded tremendous successes.
Those that were accused or that are standing trial for high-profile cases, for example, could be charged with a case of looting perhaps 10 million naira. While the case is on, they remain in custody of the 10 billion naira, using part of the proceeds to undermine the investigation, to undermine the prosecution, and then moving around all over the place. So we now came up with Executive Order number 6, first to ensure that their freedom of movement is restricted while they stand trial.
He noted that through effective international collaboration, the ministry developed frameworks which have guided investigation in terrorism cases. Through this, 3,000 terrorism cases were established, 1,500 prosecuted, and 397 convictions secured. Aside, a total of 7,000 criminal cases involving maritime, vandalism, and anti-corruption cases were also decided.
The ministry has continued to work towards improvement in bilateral relations with other nations through the preparation and vetting of agreements, memorandum of understandings aimed at attracting foreign investments, among others. In July 2022, oil and gas-related matters were negotiated and relevant instruments executed during the visit of President Muhammadu Buhari to Spain and Portugal.
To enhance speedy adjudication of criminal and anti-corruption trials, the Buhari-led administration invested heavily on infrastructural development, while units were established within the MDAs to deal with sexual and gender-based violence cases, with a secretariat saddled with monitoring, documentation, and suggesting way forward.
Arising from the Mutual Legal Assistance Request Act, UK approached Nigeria over someone that is engaged in trafficking, and Nigeria legally supported UK, and the first conviction recorded by UK as a nation was on account of the support provided by Nigeria to convict someone that is involved in human trafficking.
Through international collaboration, the minister said hundreds of millions of dollars were recovered and utilized in alleviating poverty through social investment programs and infrastructural development. Other areas of successes include prison decongestion, internal capacity building of prosecutors, which saved government a lot of money, and the swift handling of the P&ID oil and gas firm case. The 2022 Electoral Act, geared towards deepening the nation's democratic culture and formulation of executive orders, as well as bolster institutional reforms, have placed Nigeria among nations with vibrant judicial system. In Abuja, Austin Anyebe, NTA News.
And we take a break now. The news continues shortly.
It's a new dawn for Nigeria. Oh, better days are coming. Better days that gives us hope and strength. The Latino boys determined to keep this hope alive. Bring the smiles back to all Nigerians.
It's a new dawn in Nigeria. Renewed hope beckons on our people. The silver lining dots the skies. The firmament portents a bright future as the people of Nigeria move to vote a man whom they have come to trust for the realization of their aspirations for a better Nigeria. That man is Asiwaju Bola Tinubu. He has been tested. He can be trusted. Vote Asiwaju Bola Tinubu as President of Nigeria 2023. Vote Kashim Shettima as Vice President. Vote APC. Surely with Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the smiles are returning. We are close to home.
Bring the smiles back to all Nigerians.
My people, my name is Emeka. Mekus Kamat. Let me get all this motor. I don't learn my lesson. Somebody come buy motor for my hand, carry big money, come give me. Now when we get bust, then my eye open. I don't know that 419 be. Now when EFCC grab them, then they come grab me too. Now he make me, they warn you, all of them when they do business like me, where they carry big money, when I go, sometimes I go carry transfer, carry bring back, yeah, make una shine in my eye, because the special control unit against money laundering, when they call SCUMO, they don't want to say, if the money pass 5 million naira for individual, no collect them. If he pass 10 million naira for company, no collect them, carry and go where? Bank. If you not do them like that, 250,000 naira for every day where this offense happen, or they go suspend your license, or they go shut them down, pata for your hand. No talk say I know 1 year.
This message is from the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC.
The truth untold. We restored democracy. We initiated due process. We created the EFCC and ICPC. We brought Nigeria out of debt by achieving $18 billion worth of relief and $30 billion overall reduction. We revived the rail system. We upgraded agriculture. We brought in the mobile phone and digitalized Nigeria. Under the PDP, the Nigerian economy was the strongest in Africa. Though Nigerians made their choice, today we all know better. Nigerians, do not despair. Hope is in the horizon. We are putting in the work and refreshing our drive to rescue and rebuild Nigeria. Together, let's make it happen. PDP. Power to the people.
Good morning.
Good morning. Why is your sun shining like this?
Can't you see that Harmattan season is here? We need to protect our children from this dry weather.
What about the invisible germs?
Invisible germs?
During Harmattan, it's not enough to only protect your skin. You also need protection from these invisible germs. To protect our families, we use Dettol.
Harmattan season brings a lot of germs, but Dettol with germ defense gives protection from up to 100 illness-causing germs. Be Dettol sure.
Registration for UTME into Nigerian tertiary institutions begins January 14 to 14th February 2023.
Candidates must check their eligibility before commencing registration, scanning the QR code provided by JAMB for the e-brochure and e-syllabus.
Each candidate must create a profile using only one phone number.
Simply send your NIN by SMS to either 55019 or 66019. A profile code of 10 characters is received by the candidate to purchase the UTME/DE-EP. Candidates can buy the e-pins from the banks or the vending agents through their e-wallets. Registration fee inclusive of all relevant charges is 6,700 naira with mock exam or 5,700 naira without mock exam. Candidates are not to pay any other fee at the CBT center as the fee stated is consolidated. Direct entry registration costs 4,700 naira and starts 20th February to 20th April 2023. JAMB, enhancing academic excellence.
Hello, madam. Would you like to join us on this mission?
Yes, but how?
Just one question. How do you keep your toilet clean?
I use regular detergent and bleach for washing and removing yellow stains. I have been using it for years.
Madam, the regular detergents and bleach are used for washing clothes.
To disinfect your toilet, you need Harpic 10X. It is specially made for germs and stains removal. Harpic sticker formula settles on stains and gives 10 times better cleaning.
Wow! Now I'm convinced, Helen Paul.
Really?
Yeah.
The next house is yours.
The National Agency for Science and Engineering Infrastructure, NASENI, says it plans to promote food security in the country through the completion of the local agricultural machinery and equipment development institute in Cross River State. The executive vice chairman of the agency, Professor Muhammad Haruna, stated this during the groundbreaking and foundation stone laying ceremony of the institute in Obudu. Moses Ode reports.
The establishment of the Agricultural Machinery Institute across the 6th geopolitical zone is to address the shortfall in agri-technological equipment towards improving revenue and guaranteeing food security. This 80% safe energy efficient cooking stove distributed are part of the product designed and developed by the agency. Executive Vice Chairman of NASENI, Professor Muhammad Haruna, explained that with the support of the administration, the agency has set the pace in bridging the gap in the provision of agri-machinery towards reducing the cost of agricultural inputs.
Institute has mandate to research, develop, and manufacture equipment to ease farming.
He further averred that with sustained effort and collaboration with government at all levels, challenges of unavailability of agri-tools will be addressed in the nearest possible time. Professor Augustine Agogo of the Faculty of Wildlife Conservation, University of Calabar, and others expressed gratitude at the development.
Unfortunately, the level of agricultural mechanization in Nigeria is among the lowest in the world. This has to change if we must increase agricultural production and reduce hunger and poverty.
I'm very excited that number one, there will be accessibility to these institutes for my people.
What has happened today is really great. It's a step in the right direction.
Cross River State Governor Professor Benedict Ayade, while applauding the federal government for the initiative, assured the people of the state's support.
Every nation must start with agro-industrialization, and you cannot agro-industrialize without the basic equipment for agro-manufacturing.
The project, which is located at the Obudu local government area of the state, is the third out of the 6 to be established across the country, and it is expected to be completed in less than 1 year. From Obudu, Cross River State, Moses Ode, NTA News.
As part of efforts to fulfill its laudable vision of impacting humanity and contributing to development of society, the Abdul Samad Rabiu Africa Initiative and BUA Foundation have awarded a grant of 1.5 billion naira for development projects in 5 communities in Yewa land in Ogun State. The Managing Director, Abdul Samad Rabiu Africa Initiative, announced this at the grant presentation and mutual accountability framework signing ceremony held at the palace of the Olu and paramount ruler of Yewa land, Obakende Olugbenle in Ilaro, Ogun State. Lekon Agbonde reports.
The Samad Rabiu Africa Initiative ASR, brainchild of a renowned industrialist, philanthropist, and founder of BUA Group, Abdul Samad Rabiu, extended the gesture aimed at providing social and infrastructural interventions in key areas of health, education, and social development, including Ilaro, Igbogila, Ibeshe, Igua. Benefit from the 1.5 billion naira grant. Managing Director and CEO of the initiative, Ubon Udo, says the ASR Africa is committed to promoting sustainable problem-solving initiatives across Africa.
So we've had interventions here already at the state level. We're building a mother and child hospital for 2.5 billion naira, and we're also universities here, Babcock University and Crescent University, and we're expanding the scope of interventions for ASR Africa to other parts of the state, so to the communities.
The Olu of Ilaro and paramount ruler of Yewa land, Obakende Olugbenle, commended the foundation. We serve as springboard for massive development in Yewa land.
Poverty alleviation will be again one of the key areas. We target our market women to see how they can be empowered or maybe to be equipped. Some of our tradesmen, tailors, fashion designer, barbers, and the rest of them. We see how the people at the grassroots can benefit.
It will ameliorate some of the challenges the community. The
areas of need of the communities and how much of it this can take.
The first grant of 1 billion naira was presented to the benefiting communities in Yewa land for development purposes, while the foundation will also give additional 250 million naira each to Igbogila and Ibeshe communities for already identified infrastructure projects. In Abeokuta, Lekon Agbonde, NTA News.
And it's politics now. President Muhammadu Buhari has formally endorsed the Bauchi State governorship candidate of the APC, Air Marshal Sadiq Abubakar, for the March 11 election. The president also endorsed the party's candidate for Abia governorship seat, Chief Ikechi Emenike, urging citizens of the two states to vote massively for them. The details will be brought to you much later. And the New Nigeria People's Party, NNPP, has formally flagged off its presidential campaign in Bauchi with a commitment to mobilizing the masses and creating a more prosperous and inclusive Nigeria. Presidential candidate of the party, Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, said this while unveiling his blueprint to the people of Bauchi. Muhammad Ali reports.
It is a historic day for the people of Bauchi Nyakubu. For the first time, a flag-off campaign for a presidential candidate holds in their area. The party says education will be given priority at all levels to increase productivity.
It's also an opportunity to remind all those who are here and those who are listening to us at home to continue raising the flag of our party.
Governorship candidates from the Northeast were presented with flags as party stalwart, and their supporters unanimously agreed to work for the party both at national and state levels. From Bauchi, Muhammad Ali, NTA.
And the presidential candidate of the People's Redemption Party, Kolawole Abiola, has promised to link Kebbi State with the national railway line from Benin Republic for the development of economic activities in the state if elected. He made the pledge at the presidential and governorship rally of the party in Kebbi State. Abubakar Garbadigi reports that party flags were also presented to the party's candidates in the state.
The presidential candidate of People's Redemption Party, PRP, Kola Abiola, said if elected would deploy local surveillance to restore security, adding that fighting with arms and ammunition alone cannot win war against insecurity. He promised to bring development to the grassroots level. He said PRP will return power to the local government in the country, which will further reduce the level of crime in the country.
Your security is going to be paramount to us. Security, we are going to bring back local surveillance and security systems.
The PRP governorship candidate Abubakar Odo Idris said his first tenure as Kebbi State governor, if elected, will breast back life into the state civil service in all of the state cadres. To address the former INEC boss Professor Atahiru Jega, urged Nigerians to vote credible leaders who have zeal to solve the country's problems, saying that power has returned to the electorate when they use their PVC. He promised to boost agricultural activities through provision of farming aids to farmers in Birnin Kebbi. Abubakar Garbadigi, NTA News.
And staying with the campaigns, Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi says if elected, he will secure and unite Nigeria. Mr. Obi said this at the party's presidential campaign rally in Enugu. James Okpara-Kocha reports.
Several speakers eulogized the potentials and credibility of the combination of Peter Obi and Dati Baba Ahmed and urged Nigerians to vote for them.
For the first time in a very long time, the voices, the views, the position of most Nigerians are aligned.
Representative of National Chairman charged the people to get their PVC and vote out bad leadership. Former Governor of Anambra State Chukwemeka Ezife and the former President General of Ahaneze Ndigbo thanked all those who have stood behind the candidature of Peter Obi and Dati Baba Ahmed. Vice presidential candidate Dati Baba Ahmed said only him and Peter Obi have the resemblance of justice, equity and fairness.
He is the exemplary leader who is moving Nigeria from disunity to unity.
The presidential candidate, Mr. Peter Obi, said it was time to stop ASU strike Our students will graduate as at when due. No more time for Nigerians to travel out of the country in search of greener pastures. And said a combination of himself and Dati Ahmed will bring a better Nigeria.
I am Baba. Dati Baba Ahmed have said we will secure and unite Nigeria. We trust you. We trust you.
He said he has no citizenship anywhere in the world outside Nigeria, hence his determination to make Nigeria a better place.
And as things hot up on the political scene, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has extended the collection of permanent voters' card, PVCs, by 8 days. Instead of ending on Sunday, the 22nd of January, the collection of PVCs will continue until Sunday, the 29th. Following this extension, collection at ward level is extended by 1 week from Monday, the 16th to Sunday, the 22nd of January, while collection at local government level will resume on Monday the 23rd to Sunday the 29th of January. A statement by INEC National Commissioner for Information, Festus Okoye, notes that the Commission is, however, investigating allegations of extortion by officials at some PVC collection centres. He says those found culpable will face disciplinary action. In the meantime, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, is reassuring Nigerians and the global community that it is committed to conducting the 2023 election on the scheduled date of 25th February for the Presidential and National Assembly and March 11, 2023 for the Governorship and State Assembly elections. Director of Voter Education Victor Aluku re-echoed an earlier statement made by Chairman of INEC, refuting a media report that the Commission may not conduct the exercise as scheduled due to some challenges. Victor Aluku gave this update when he represented the INEC chairman at the NTA News Management Conference held in Abuja.
Alone, the postponement of the general election, for the avoidance of doubt, the Presidential and National Assembly elections will hold on Saturday, 25th February 2023.
The Commission is calling on the public to brace for the elections, emphasizing that it is well prepared for the polls. And working towards the delivery of credible and acceptable general election as planned by the nation's highest electoral body is on course, and the NTA is already hitting the ground running in realization of this. The NTA 2023 Management News Conference is a propeller in the build-up of a seamless process with the deployment of digital infrastructure. Joseph Otsen reports.
The forthcoming 2023 elections delicate assignments and the largest TV network in Africa is mobilizing its top news managers to deliver results to the Nigerian populace with priority digital infrastructure.
We therefore are confident of delivering the 2023 elections even better because it has always been guided by its own original standards which is aligned in our in-house electoral operational manual.
We have continued to reorientate, re-engineer, and refocus our personnel to the new vision and drive towards international best practices.
We have to remember and have the can-do spirit because we pride ourselves as the largest television network.
Part of what I hope we discuss today is the need to checkmate the incidence of fake news.
It's going to go a long way to give us the best coverage of the forthcoming 2023 general elections in Nigeria.
Make sure you call your subordinates for a meeting, for a conference, and in fact that knowledge you have got from this place to them.
We give you all the support to make your dreams come into reality.
I have the assurances of my
DG that the center will always be willing to partner with the NTA.
I have given note.
The commitment here by the drivers of the process is promising.
No place will be left unattended to. NTA is going to do more than what has been achieved during 2019 election.
To ensure that we get the reportage, not just facts and figures, picture quality.
2019 elections, this gathering recalls, placed NTA's efforts top-notch on the media space, owing to its diligence in delivering key components of the outcome, and is determined to surpass future records. In Abuja, Joseph Utsen, NTA News.
And time to go over to Michael Olale in Lagos for more reports. Michael?
Cyril, the anticipation for the 2023 election is high. This is evident with the turnout of Lagosians for the PVC collection in various wards across the 20 local government areas in the state. Joe Opola reports.
It is few days to the deadline for PVC collection, and the enthusiasm of residents is visible across various wards in the 20 local governments of Lagos. INEC officials have their hands full attending to the halls of anxious residents who are eager to get their PVC. From the island to the mainland, Lagosians are willing to defy the odds.
I was here on Saturday last week. I tried all my possible best to get the card, so I could not get it, but I encouraged myself, and I thank God today I've gotten my card.
At Ajumoni Secondary School in Okota Ward 9, the apprehension of the crowd is visible. Many have been waiting since the early hours of the day to get their PVC.
I think it is very, very stressful. This thing is frustrating. We are getting frustrated here.
If they can see the way they can handle it better for us, that is going to be a stress here. If they're going to bring it out, we can provide the security for them. They will be calling the PVC one-on-one.
Attempts to organize the crowd did not yield much results. Those lucky to hear their names had to go through a seamless process to get their cards.
This is my first PVC, and this is the first time I'm going to have the privilege to vote.
The situation at Metropolitan Senior College is however different, as the process is each free. At Kuramo Secondary School, Victoria Highland, and Ireti Primary School in Ward 9, Lagosians are not relenting in their quest to beat the deadline. Administrative Secretary of INEC, Mr. Debisi Ajayi, is urging Lagosians not to panic, assuring that all eligible voters will get their PVC.
They should be patient in all these centers, and we are sure that all of them will get their cards before the end of the collection period, that is 22nd January.
Residents are hoping the situation will improve before the deadline. In Lagos, Joel Bukbola, NTA News.
The use of social media has become a defining feature in Nigeria's electoral process. Youth engagements on social media is adding to the build-up to the 2023 elections. It has been described as phenomenal, with everyone scoring support for their candidates. Correspondent examines the implication of youth active involvement on social media and the need for them to see it as a means to an end as the 2023 election beckons.
Social media has been significant in Nigeria's electoral process since 2011, inspired by the election of Barack Obama in 2008, particularly by the Facebook generation, a term used to identify those growing up with online tools and social networking. Today, the Nigerian Communications Commission estimates that there are almost 150 million internet users in Nigeria. Figures given by Data Reportal, an online reference library, also shows that active social media users, excluding about 90 million WhatsApp users, are estimated at approximately 32 million as of January 2022. Already, the three major presidential candidates, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Peter Obi, and Atiku Abubakar, have significantly increased their followership on social media in the last 6 months.
It's going to be a very vital tool. I don't think any party should underutilize it or underestimate it.
The negative side is that it is also a platform where most of the fake news are propagated.
Protagonists of the use of social media are quick to react to criticisms that they spend more time on the social media campaigning for their preferred candidates and their popularity, based on the number of followers on social media.
To be on ground on election day to make sure that you can't just do it in the comfort of your room through social media. You have to be present.
First of all, they have to get their PVC. That's the most important thing. You don't need to talk after all the talks online. The day of the election, you're watching football, you're playing football outside.
A lot of the new voters that were registered recently, a chunk of them were these social media people who hitherto have not been participating in politics. They're now in that space.
As most young voters in Nigeria migrate to the social media, experts say it is pertinent for them to take a step further by collecting their permanent voter cards, PVC, and actually voting if they want to exercise their franchise in governance and play an active role in the 2023 elections narrative. In Lagos, Ruth Ario Samuel, NTA News.
You're still watching the news on the network service of the NTA. Do not forget to follow this news broadcast live on our website at nta.ng/live and on our other social media handles displayed on your screen for updates. Time for some messages. The news will be back shortly. Please stay.
Nigeria na we country, APC na the party, na one man be a choice. Nigeria na we country, APC na the party, na one man be a choice. Who be the president we need? Who be the president we go for?
People of Nigeria don't talk them say na Asiwaju Bola Tinubu them want as president of Nigeria.
Our country people get many reasons we make them all agree say na Asiwaju Bola Tinubu them choose for this president election.
Yes, so Bola Tinubu na man wey sabi anything wey him put in hand, he dey work wella.
He do better work for Lagos State when he be governor. Till today, Lagos people still dey enjoy from all the better things wey Jaburata for Lagos. People of Nigeria, he good to make we vote for who sabi.
As it come be so, make we all come out for election day and vote Bola Ahmed Tinubu as president of Nigeria.
Vote Senator Kashim Shettima as vice president. Vote APC, the party with broom.
Who be the president we go for?
Na Bola Tinubu.
Good morning.
Good morning. Why is your sun shining like this?
Can't you see that Harmattan season is here? We need to protect our children from this dry weather.
What about the invisible germs?
Invisible germs?
During Harmattan, it's not enough to only protect your skin. You also need protection from these invisible germs. To protect our families, we use Dettol.
Harmattan season brings a lot of germs, but Dettol with germ defense gives protection from up to 100 illness-causing germs. Be Dettol sure.
We are committed to the unity of our great country, Nigeria.
Let us support our armed forces. Let us stand together with them. Let us stand for them.
Our symbol of unity,
the gallant men and women of the armed forces
on land, air, and sea,
who have continuously put their life on the line, protecting our lives, humanity, and nationhood.
Let us join them and stick together as one, irrespective of
our misunderstanding, be it political, cultural, or ideological.
Our uniqueness is our oneness, our strength
is our diversity.
Let us stand by, stand with, and support our armed forces to keep this nation together.
Nigeria is my own. Nigeria is your own. Nigeria is our own.
If you want to become something, become a child again. Why be a patient? If you must worry, then worry about winning. Why worry about germs? When you come home, bring tales and stories. Why bring in germs?
Shield your families from germs. When Dettol is a part of every household bucket, then you and your family can stay protected from up to 100 illness-causing germs.
Everyday use of Dettol keeps my loved ones protected.
Does your toothpaste give you complete fresh protection? New Close-Up Toothpaste Complete Fresh Protection takes care of your 5 important oral care needs. It gives you strong teeth, prevents tooth holes, cleans deeply, fights bacteria, and gives you fresh breath. Complete fresh protection from Close-Up.
Hello, madam. Would you like to
to join us on this mission?
Yes, but how?
Just one question. How do you keep your toilet clean?
I use regular detergent and bleach for washing and removing yellow stains. I have been using it for years.
Madam, the regular detergents and bleach are used for washing clothes.
To disinfect your toilet, you need Harpic 10X. It is specially made for germs and stains removal. Harpic sticker formula settles on stains and gives 10 times better cleaning.
Wow! Now I'm convinced, Helen Paul.
Really?
Yeah.
The next house is yours.
Efficiency and quality. National Center for Women Development. A home away from home. With our newly renovated rooms and conference facilities, the facility has a standard, single, and double rooms. We are second to none in Abuja and uncomparable to none. We also have standby power source. Visit us today at the National Center for Women Development, Central District area, opposite Central Bank of Nigeria Headquarters, Abuja, or telephone 070-5111-1163, or visit our website www.ncwd.gov.ng. National Center for Women Development, rebranding, restructuring, and repositioning.
We're back in Abuja now. President Muhammadu Buhari has expressed anguish over the death of 7 personnel of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, who were killed by bandits in Kaduna State while on official duty. In a statement, the president described the loss as tragic, saluting the personnel's courage in the service of the nation. Condoling with their bereaved families, President Buhari directed the armed forces to seek out the culprits and make them pay the price. Time to talk business now with Musa Abubakar. Musa?
Thank you, Cyril. The Consumer Department of the Central Bank says it will continue to welcome complaints and settle dispute between customers and banks as part of measures to boost consumer confidence and protection. This, they believe, will enhance better customer experience and minimize challenges of electronic transactions as the public key into the cashless policy.
NG. The gov is GOV. cpd@cbn.gov.ng. You escalate your complaints to us, or you write out your complaints and you submit at any of our branches or our head office here in Abuja. We will handle your complaints efficiently and effectively. I know there are issues around the borders on transactions and a lot of contract disputes. We will give you avenue to also ask questions and we respond to those questions as well.
And now to stocks. The equities market closed on a positive note as investors gained 173.74 billion naira. The all-share index increased by 0.62% to close at 52,048.85. A total turnover of 211.7 million units of securities worth 7.7 billion naira in 3,462 deals were recorded in today's trading session. Equity capitalization increased to 28.34 trillion naira. AXA Mansard Insurance PLC, Guarantee Trust Holding Company, and Champs Holding Company PLC were the most active stocks. And that's business. The news continues after the break.
Good morning.
Good morning. Why is your sun shining like this?
Can't you see that Harmattan season is here? We need to protect our children from this dry weather.
What about the invisible germs?
Invisible germs?
During Harmattan, it's not enough to only protect your skin. You also need protection from these invisible germs. To protect our families, we use Dettol.
Harmattan season brings a lot of germs, but Dettol with Germ Defense gives protection from up to 100 illness-causing germs. Be Dettol sure.
Men do not like overconfident women.
Don't touch me without my permission.
I'm a playful guy and I do get carried away sometimes.
You are selfish, manipulative, and you are a narcissist.
After all I've done for you.
What have you done for me?
She called me barren.
You know my mom doesn't know any better, right?
You say that now. But then when you see your mother, you start to act like you're deaf and dumb.
You were supposed to be more careful.
I've been.
Clearly not enough.
Helen Paul! Hello, madam. Would you like to join us on this mission?
Yes, but how?
Just one question. How do you keep your toilet clean?
I use regular detergent and bleach for washing and removing yellow stains. I have been using it for years.
Madam, the regular detergents and bleach are used for washing clothes.
To disinfect your toilet, you need Harpic 10X. It is specially made for germs and stains removal. Harpic sticker formula settles on stains and gives 10 times better cleaning.
Wow! Now I'm convinced, Helen Paul.
Really?
Yeah.
The next house is yours.
Who sang the popular hit song Bumper to Bumper?
Rema.
One they call.
Oh.
Do you know with GoTV, you can enjoy the best of local and international shows this festive?
Really? Makes sense.
Me?
Something the bomb.
Yeah. My food, your food.
Shey dey feel am?
Yes, now.
Bro, pay for any package this festive and GoTV go upgrade you to a higher package.
Wow.
For this festive season, everybody go shine well oh, because na bumper time we dey. Renew your subscription and get upgraded to a higher package. Dial star 288 hash to enjoy. Na better entertainment we sure pass. Go TV, love it.
Now for a bit in sport.
On day 6 of the Nigeria Women's Football League decided on Wednesday, Delta Queens and Edo Queens maintained their positions as top of Groups A and B after Delta Queens were able to hold former champions Rivers Angels to a goalless result. Nigeria Rattles drew 1-1 against their opponents Bayelsa Queens, while Adamawa Queens were 1 goal better than Nasarawa Amazons, and Confluence Queens defeated Robo Queens 2-1. In the meantime, defending champions Morocco has pulled out of the African Nations Championship CHAN in Algeria due to the Algerian government's rejection of their request to have on Morocco's national airline. The nation made this known on Thursday ahead of the tournament's opener on Friday and runs till February 4. Algeria closed its airspace to Moroccan aircraft in 2021 after a dispute led to the cutting of diplomatic ties between the North African neighbors. In another development, FIFA has nominated 14 players for the upcoming edition for 2022. The World Football Governing Body announced that this year's award will be handed out based on performance from the start of the 2021-2022 season up until the conclusion of the 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar. After leading Argentina to glory in Qatar, Lionel Messi is unsurprisingly the headline name on the last year. Nominated again with Manchester City's Julian Alvarez receiving the nomination. The forward is joined on the shortlist by club mates Kevin De Bruyne and Erling Haaland. The only player from the English Premier League to make the shortlist is Mohamed Salah of Liverpool, while Sadio Mane of Bayern Munich is also on the shortlist. Away from football, 5th seeded Deraya Petra Kvitova to reach the semi-finals of the Adelaide International. Kasatkina won 6-3, 7-6 on Thursday over the two-time former Wimbledon champion. Also, Paula Badosa advanced and will face Kasatkina after she defeated Beatriz Haddad Maia 7-6, 7-5. With sports updates, Ayodeji, Makinde, NTA News.
Sorry about the quality of the sports report, which concludes network news tonight. Remember, keep up the fight against rape and rapists. Stand with the NTA. I'm Cyril Stober. Good night.